try to dive into this issue of food security, which is not a problem of Africa only. So we discussed that all the day during these 2 days. And it's an issue that food security is also an issue in GCC countries, as it is in Africa. Let me just talk about Explorer model, which can truly change the situation that we are facing today. And before that, I would like to introduce the point in a few words. How can I use this? Okay, all right. So, two regions, but the same food security issue, basically. So, Africa is importing almost $110 billion of food annually, and GCC, $50 billion of food. Two regions, two different contexts, but the same issue. Each region have their own strengths, their own weaknesses, but the situation is always the same. Let's consider the case of one crop which is consumed on both sides, rice. If about Sub-Saharan Africa, the import bill is $19 million. Senegal, which is one of the country which I'm coming from, its import bills is $0.7 billion annually. So, and if you look at GCC, it's $3.3 billion annually. Let's return a little bit to Africa to understand why a country like Senegal or a country like Africa, which are the land, the water resources, the farmers, they can produce by themselves, but they continue to import. And as mentioned previously by the precedent speaker, the problem is financing. Look at this number. Only 4% of the total credit allocated by bank in the economy in Sub-Saharan Africa goes to the agricultural sector. It's a vital sector, agriculture, a sector that feeds hundreds of millions of people, yet it remains virtually invisible for these banks. So why do we have such a huge gap? Where does this blockage to finance agriculture come from? To understand that, we need to go back to the basics of how banks perceive the risk. Until now, the logic is very simple. The bank focuses on the person, not on the project. The bank will scrutinize the farmer's credit history or the small and medium enterprise credit history, the personal guarantees, the possession, but the potential of their land, the potential of the segment of the value chain, the potential of the entire value chain, the potential of the harvest is completely overlooked. It's like judging an agricultural project based on the personal finance or based on the personal capacity of a small and medium enterprise is like using the wrong tool, is like using the wrong criteria. And that's where everything has to change. This is where a paradigm shift can occur. The key moment in the analysis is introduction of a new model, which we call accelerants, which aim to completely overhaul everything. And that's the heart of the revolution. It's simple, but it changed everything. We no longer ask if the farmer or the small and medium enterprise can repay the loan. Instead, the question becomes whether the agricultural project can succeed. We shift from individual to the project potentials. And that's where it gets amazing. The accelerant system doesn't deny the risk, it transforms it. Individual credit risk, which is highly volatile and unpredictable, becomes an operational risk. A concrete risk that can be measured, that can be analyzed, and most importantly, that can be managed. Okay, this is a great idea on paper, but how does it work? How do we actually do it? Well, the model is built on 3 pillars, and they are truly solid. Imagine it as a well-oiled mechanism. There are 3 main gears that run in perfect harmony. First of all, ultra-precise knowledge of the terrain through mapping, precision mapping. Second pillar, the coordination of everyone from the field to the buyer. And finally, time human monitoring on the ground, on the field, which is the third pillar. The first pillar rely on the technologies that we know, satellite imagery, weather data, soil sensors, soil sensors, artificial intelligence, EO combined with EO to produce the deep analysis of the sector, and historical data to get a complete understanding and knowledge of the ecosystem, of the actors, of their assets. The second pillar is a coordinated value chain, which connect every actor into the chain, from the farmer to the input supplier, to the seed supplier, to the insurance company, to the bank, to the logistic, to the control, to the audit. Everyone is engaged in the project, and everyone is coordinated through a digitally driven platform. The third one is a network of agents on the ground. There is no business which is running. Even we are using technology, we need human presence on the ground. We do not call it digital agriculture. We call it phygital agriculture. The physical presence is important. We have a network of agents on the ground, augmented by technology, in charge to support the farmers, to assist the farmers, to assist the small and medium enterprises to control. Combined with a network of IoT sensors, we can manage the entire value chain from production to the table of the consumer. This system is not only to control and to orchestrate the chain and to de-risk the chain. It goes beyond finance. We are talking about shifting for believing and going to science analysis, knowledge of the value chain. We are talking about transparency, traceability. We are talking about compliance, ethics and responsibility, creating environmental value and social value. When it's about Africa, it's about creating value in rural areas, but not only rural areas, also creating value for the consumer in the countries like the GCC. So what is the opportunity for Africa and GCC? We can fill the gap. We have our weaknesses, we have our strengths, using that kind of system where we are connected. From here in Dubai, be able to know that my product is planted, my product is packaged, my product is on the boat, my product is on its way to my store. We can link these two continents. We can link these two regions, and we can finance the agricultural sector across the world, and particularly through Africa, with this system. This is why we decided to work with our partners here and just say hello to Saleh Lothar, who invited me to come here. We do think that we can set up a corridor based on trust, on respect, on time, between Africa and the GCC. This is my call to action. This is what I would like to come and discuss with you. I can tell you that we have decided to set up the command center of this corridor in the GCC. That's it. I leave it to you for any question or any additional information. Thank you very much.